Pistorius accusing him of tailoring his evidence to suit himself without consideration for Steenkamp. Pistorius fired 4 bullets through the toilet door of his house, killing Steenkamp. He claims to have mistook her for an intruder. Pistorius conceded that he had no intention to shoot at the supposed intruder in his toilet, telling the court that even though he felt vulnerable, he had to investigate the possible danger. Now, for more on the Oscar murder trial, we cross live to SABC reporter Griselda Lewis, who is outside of the North Gauteng High Court. A very good morning, Griselda. Last week, Prosecutor Gerrie Nel was quite brutal in cross-examining Oscar's version of events at his home on Valentine's Day. So as you give us a preview of what we can expect today, I believe you've also got some supporters with you.
Well, a very good morning to you, Vale, and well, we're expecting Oscar Pistorius to continue to be cross-examined by State Prosecutor Gerrie Nel. As you rightly say, we're expecting it to be very brutal once again as Oscar Pistorius continues to be questioned about his intent on the day that he shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp through the bathroom door. You'd remember how the State Prosecutor tore in to the testimony of Oscar Pistorius, saying, for example, when he shouted for Reeva to call the police, why he didn't wait for a response from her, and that he basically did not do enough to ensure that the person who was behind that door was not Reeva Steenkamp, but actually an intruder. But Oscar Pistorius, of course, says that he did not intend to shoot Reeva Steenkamp or anybody else on that day. But it's been a very early morning here outside the court this morning. We've also got some supporters who've come here to pledge solidarity with Oscar Pistorius, but also say that they're here to support the Steenkamp family as well. I'm joined now by Valentine. Sir, thank you very much for joining me this morning. You were one of Oscar Pistorius's teammates. Was it in 2005?
2005 World Cup in Manchester.
What are you here to do this morning? I see you carrying some balloons as well. You've been praying outside the court.
Yes. Good morning. We've set up a Facebook profile, Support Oscar, but we must be very clear, also a profile to support Oscar and both families. Yes, we've come to support Oscar and we've prayed outside. We decided to bring white balloons and to have white t-shirts on this morning. Solidarity for both families, but we are here to support them both.
I saw that you were praying just outside the court this morning. What exactly are you praying for? And, I'm sure it's been a difficult time for Oscar. You were one of his teammates, yes. So you know him quite well.
Yes, I do him quite well. He's a very kind person. I think for us that really know him well, know what type of person he is. There's a lot of judgments going on. I think what we were praying for outside the court this morning was just for peace and for calmness overall. It's a difficult time for all, yes, a lot of people outside has the same beliefs as we do. I also know Oscar is a God-fearing man. So is his family, and I believe the Steenkamp family as well. And I think it's just well this morning that we come here and pray over court proceedings and be there for them as well.
It must be quite difficult to see him in this position. We've seen him cry out several times in court as he gives his version of events.
I haven't watched the court case. As a friend of mine, it's been breaking all of us down quite a bit. It's never nice to see somebody cry so raw. This is very public. Why I will not go into detail. I don't watch the court case. I've unfortunately seen a few examples of him crying, and yes, it's difficult for me seeing him in a position like that. It's really difficult.
Right. And the flowers, the balloons, what do they represent?
Peace. Peace. In God's word they talk about shalom, that is God, peace, and maybe part of our prayer this morning is that it's not us speaking, it's God speaking through us. And if we can have peace between all, and that is really in my own personal capacity what I've been praying for, that at the end of all of this that there can be peace between all. No judgment, no harsh opinions, because that is totally uncalled for.
So thank you very much for your time there. One of Oscar Pistorius's former teammates here praying outside court. If you can look here towards my left as well, some of the other supporters of Oscar Pistorius and the Reeva Steenkamp's family also here to pray this morning, saying that you can see quite emotional some of the supporters here of Oscar Pistorius, and those also showing support for Reeva Steenkamp's family. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you very much. That's Griselda Lewis just outside of the North Gauteng High Court speaking about the Oscar Pistorius trial.